Let's do a real quick lesson on absolute value. Absolute value is simply just asking how far a number is from 0. And I like to call it a field goal, but really absolute value are these bars. And you have to make sure when you draw them extra long, because if you don't, it can look like 100 and something 141. You really have to extend the bars above and below so you know they mean absolute value. So again, we're just asking how far is the number from 0. So real quickly, when we're writing on a number line, we always start with 1 closest to 0. So we go 0 in the right direction is positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And the left direction is negative. But again, when we start at 0, 1 comes next. So -1, -2, -3, -4. So the numbers as they go to the right get larger. As they go to the left, this number itself gets larger, but its size is getting smaller. If I owe you $1, I'm -1. That's a lot less than owing -4, right? If I owe you 4, negative means I owe. That's a whole lot more to owe. That means I'm more in debt. So the value of the 4 is getting smaller, but the digit, as we go away from 0 itself, is getting larger. Okay, now that I've confused you, let's look at the absolute value of 4. I'm starting at 0. I want to know how far from 0 is 4. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4. The absolute value of 4 is 4. What if I have -10? Okay, so I know I'm going to the left because it's negative. So I have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. How far from 0 is that? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The absolute value of -10 is 10. It's not -10 even though we're going in a negative direction. It simply wants to know how far from 0 it is, and it's 10 spaces. What about -8? This is +8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hopped 8 spaces. Let's just double check. And from 0, it's exactly 8 spaces. Doesn't matter that it's positive. We're just looking how far from 0. What about -8? Start by drawing my number line. And now I want to know how many space hops it's going to take. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It hopped 8 times. The absolute value of -8 is 8. What do you notice about every answer? 8, 8, 10, 4. The answer is always positive. When we're finding absolute value, our answer is always going to be positive because to count spaces, we're counting. It's actual. There's an actual distance there, even if it's not in a positive direction. Our answer is always positive. All right. Play, pause, and repeat as you need to go back and review absolute value.